that you're going to agree with me. This nation used to be number one when it came to education. We've slipped to number 11. I attended an education policy forum out in Denver, Colorado about 2 years ago. The vice president and executive director there of the big airplane manufacturing company that moved Owen, South Carolina, that they fought to get down there. He shared with us in 2010, all the universities in this country, we graduated more students with a sports medicine degree than we did engineering. That's troublesome to me, because jobs follow research, development, and design. If we're not turning out those individuals, it's hurting us. Do you know, every May and June we have these commencement exercises from our high schools, and we march these students across the stage, and we tell them you have satisfied all the criteria set forth by the State Board of Education, therefore you are awarded this diploma. Do you know a large percentage of them spend their first semester in college taking remedial courses? To the tune, on the technical college level, Commissioner Jackson shared with me that we are spending $1.3 million for remedial courses. Houston, we have a problem in our K-12 system. We're not preparing these students for colleges. We're not preparing them to be successful once they arrive at college. Now, we can stick our heads in the sand and pretend we don't have an issue. We have an issue. Dunwood is doing exceptionally well. In my county, Gwinnett County, we have some great public schools. But when I travel to places like Eccles County, out from Valdosta, or down in Pulaski County, out from Hawkinsville, or from Sparta County, Hancock County, and I see the desire of those students who want to learn. But Rich, you hit the nail on the head. Good example here. I was in Thomasville, Georgia, visiting a GED class. I stereotyped the class before I got in there. Not by race, but by age. I was expecting to see a large percentage of elderly people, and there were 50-some students in that class. Do you realize 75% of them were under the age of 30? I asked the teacher, I said, it helped me understand what I'm witnessing here. She said, Mr. Everson, it's simple. Some of them, they have some issues at home. But the vast majority of them, they don't see any relevance to the rigor that they're getting in the classroom. What am I saying? All the Johnnies and Susies will not go to Georgia Tech or University of Georgia. They're not going to make it. And we're going to have to expose them to other career path options. That's why the governor launched Go Build Georgia. There are great opportunities in our technical college system. Do you realize a person coming out of a technical school, on average, makes more than a person coming out of University of Georgia with a BS degree? Their placement rates are 95%. We're going to have to balance what we're producing here in Georgia. I'm not advocating not to prepare them for college. We still need to prepare them for college. But at the same time, we have to expose them to other career path options. That's a GED program down in Thomasville. I asked the instructor, I said, help me understand. She said, it's simple. They don't see any relevance to the rigor. They want to know, a good percentage of those students, what else is out there that I can do and provide a decent living for my family with my hands. See, when I came through school, you had auto mechanic, high school, you had industrial art, you had home economics, you had woodwork. And you wonder why all these career academies are popping up over Georgia with all of these career tracks for these students to expose them. So when they march across that stage, whether they decide to go to the University of Georgia or Georgia Tech, or go to a technical college to get that certificate or that degree and enter into the workforce, because there are only two things we all should be concerned about in the field of education or as a parent. Two things. When that person comes out of that institution of learning, two things should take place. Either they're going to become an entrepreneur, start their own business and put people to work by hiring those individuals, or they're going to work to someone else. Education is economic development, and for too long, Nancy, We have separated the two. The academians have been on this side, and the entrepreneurs and the business leaders have been on this side. We have to merge that energy, that synergy, to let them know that when you come out of these institutions of learning, it's economic development because we are dependent on what you're producing to hire and put in our workforce. I had the vice president of Northrop and Grumman come in my office and say, Mr. Everson, I advertised for 2 weeks for some highly skilled engineering positions in Georgia. Started them off for $65,000 a year. He said, I had to pull the ad. I couldn't find it. Right now, Georgia Power, with the expansion of their plant, do you realize they're having to import welders from out of state because we can't find enough in our workforce here? The carpet industry up in Dalton,